Being in lockdown and spending more time at home has meant that I've found myself more and more looking at this, my kitchen window, into our garden. And in particular, it's been wonderful watching the variety of different garden birds coming and going onto our bird feeder, having their daily food. We've had a variety of different sparrows and starlings come. We've even had a couple of big fat pigeons come as well. I've had to race out into the garden and clap them away so that the other birds can get a look in. But what's been even more brilliant to watch out of my kitchen window is our bird box. And for the second year running, we have had blue tits in our bird box. I just love the way that the blue tits are so industrious, busily going backwards and forwards, carrying twigs and leaves and other different bits of debris to build their home. It's also been wonderful watching them go backwards and forwards with a variety of different food items for whoever they're sharing the box with. But of course, I can't go out into the garden right up to the bird feeders and the bird box and have a good look at them, because of course they will fly away if I do that. So I have to stand here from the kitchen window with my binoculars, and zoom in and get an amazing view of these birds. Their different colours, their different shapes. And they're truly beautiful when you really look and examine them. You examine exactly what they do, how their heads twitch, what they're carrying in their mouths. I can only do that if I really zoom in and look at them closely using my binoculars. So imagine then for a second, if God had a pair of binoculars and he was zooming in right on you right now, looking at you closely, what do you think he would see? Would he see the things that you think he might see? Do you think he would see a parent who is tired, who's trying to do everything to keep everything going in your household, but failing miserably? Do you think he would see a parent who's trying to homeschool right now, but constantly unable to motivate your kids to learn and be learned? Do you think he'd see somebody without a job, unable to work, who's been furloughed? Or do you even think he might see someone who is struggling right now to provide for your family, relying on the goodness of others and handouts? Or do you think he would see someone who's so low on confidence right now that you just quite frankly feel like you're useless, you're ugly, you can't do anything right at all? Maybe you think he sees somebody who, quite frankly, just wants to give up right now. And you know, for a lot of those things, I felt those things too. But actually, what do you think he would see through those binoculars if he looked really into your heart? Do you think he'd see a beautiful treasure, like a diamond or a pearl? Do you think he'd see someone that he loves so much that he would send his own son Jesus to die for you? Or do you think he'd see someone who desperately needs to know right now that there is hope in him? Someone who loves you so much that all he wants to do is to be your cheerleader, to cheer you on, to tell you you are the best and you are great and you are doing a fantastic job. In 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 7,
Samuel has anointed Saul to be king. But Samuel has made his decision looking on Saul's outward appearance, his strength and his good looks, everything that he thinks a king should look like and should be. God reminds Samuel that actually God doesn't see it like that. God looks at the heart. He looks at your soul. He looks at your attitude. He looks to see whether you put him first in your life. So God sees into your inner beauty. He doesn't see your failings and your hang-ups and all those lies that you believe about yourself. He certainly doesn't see the other end of the spectrum, those who are boastful, vain, and man-pleasing. So I challenge you this week to let go of all of those things that are holding you back and to let God see the real you, the one that he loves, the one that he created, the one that he wants to champion and cheer on. That's the God we've got, one who loves you no matter what you are, what you look like, or what's going on in your life. So let go of everything. Let God in this week. And why don't you, instead of turning your eyes on yourself, turn your eyes on Jesus? Turn your